What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. My name is Ryan, and welcome to a Game Week 3 wildcard video. How are you doing? Now, in this week, we are going to be looking at a Game Week 3 wildcard video. I've got it on screen. I'm going to explain all my decisions as well. And we'll walk through a couple of different options that you could go. And let's get straight in. If you're new, obviously, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get straight into the video. All right, now let's start with the goalkeepers. I've gone for a 4.5 in Flecken. I still think their fixtures aren't too bad over the next couple. To be honest, they've got Southampton. Obviously, City and Spurs clean sheet chances are low, but then West Ham, Wolves, United, Ipswich. I mean, it's not too bad from Flecken's point of view in terms of keeping saves and clean sheets. You could definitely change this to maybe a better goalkeeper, depending on it also depends on team value. I unfortunately have lost a bit of team value from the likes of owning like Jacob Murphy and Nkunku and all. So I've lost a bit of team value from that specific situation. But if you had more team value, now I've got 0.7 with this, but if you had more, like if you had like 1 million potentially, you could even upgrade Flecken to a David Raya potentially. So it depends on how much team value you have, or you can move to a Nick Pope. I could actually move this to a Nick Pope. That's very possible. But again, it depends on what moves you want to do. So those are some options in goal. I've just gone for the 4.5 and the 4.0 goalkeeper. I didn't go Henderson. I've seen Henderson has been the one from wildcard 1, but no rotating keepers in this situation. We're going to try and maximize as much as possible in attack in terms of team value. Now, in defense, I've gone for Robinson. I think he's the best 4.5 option, to be honest. I've gone for two 4.0s in Ben Johnson from Ipswich for the good fixtures that Ipswich have and that you might potentially want to use him at some point. I've gone for Nedeljkovic from Aston Villa. This could be Konsa as well if you wanted to go for Konsa, because Konsa could be more certain of his minutes. Nedeljkovic, we aren't fully sure yet. I might want to give it one more game before confirming, now that Matty is out injured, that this guy is actually going to be starting right back. And I've gone for Aina from Forest over even Nico Williams. I have Nico Williams personally, but I've gone for him because he's fallen in price to 4.4. And he got a 9-pointer with 3 bonus points in the last game as well. So he's not a bad option if you wanted to like save that extra 0.1 somewhere. But Nico Williams also, I do like, to be honest, from Forest. They still have pretty decent fixtures. That's why I've gone for him. Wolves, Liverpool, you might have to drop, but then Brighton, Fulham is not too bad. Then Chelsea, you might drop, and then Crystal Palace and Leicester. So it's not too bad of fixtures that Forest have. And if they can get the defensive performance they had from last season, at the tail end of last season, it could be a really good option as well. And then my premium defender, I've gone for Robertson in this specific situation. Now, Trent is a bit more expensive. It's not affordable. Maybe you might have the budget in your situation, depending on the attackers you go for as well. But I've gone for Robertson in here in this draft. You could pick another 6 million defender. I've just gone Robertson just because Liverpool's fixtures are about to get really good. So because of that, he is in this team. Actually can improve this AI rating if you guys really wanted to think about that. But yeah, so that is my defense. Let's talk about the midfield, because this is where the money has been added. This is basically like a premium draft. I've gone for Salah and I've gone for Cole Palmer. Now I've gone for Cole Palmer because of the Chelsea fixtures that are available right now, and we've seen Nkunku just been is not the option clearly. Palmer will most likely play a lot of minutes for Chelsea. He could also still be prone to like coming off as a sub, coming off the bench slightly earlier. Sorry, not coming off the bench, coming off the starting 11 slightly earlier. Like he could play 70 minutes, 80 minutes, get subbed off, but then by then he probably has done damage. So Palmer is in here as well. And then I've got Rodgers. He looked excellent, to be honest, for Aston Villa. I've gone for Smith Rowe as the 5.5, now 5.6, depending on what price you bought him at. Option. So he's in there as well. I've gone for Salah because Salah is just incredible. Now you could go without Salah and you can do like a Jota, right? For example, you could go Jota. that would give you enough money, significantly enough money to upgrade Robertson to like a Trent. You could then upgrade my fifth midfielder here in Minte. You could upgrade him even potentially to, I think you could upgrade it to a Saka. Probably. It is probably possible to go Palmer, Saka, Jota, Rogers and Smith Rowe in midfield and have Trent in defense. I think that shouldn't be too hard. So if I was to do that, for example, let's try it and see, shall we? So if I went Jota, where is Jota? Like the way his name is done here. No, in FPL how his name is put. Oh, I'm looking at max price. That no wonder. All right. So we got Jota there, and then we could upgrade this to Saka, to be honest. And we still have 1 million, as you can see, to upgrade that to an Alexander. Now, you might have different budgets. So depending on your budget, you might be able to do this. You might not be able to do this. And you could do something like, for example, like this. You'll have a really good midfield as well. So it's up to you how you want to approach it. But for this, I think for the one that I've just done, let me undo. Can I undo? And undo. All right. So for the one that I initially had, I have gone for Minte, but you could probably go for someone else as well. All just depends on what you want to, like what type of midfield you want, and do you want Salah or not. That's purely one of the main reasons. Robertson. So yeah, that's the midfield. Up to you how you want to approach it. And then up front, I've gone for Haaland. Just because he's City's best attacker, they don't have another striker. He's going to play a lot of minutes as well. So really good option. You guys have already seen what he's capable of in game week 2. I've gone for Havertz because of that Arsenal attack. I just wanted Arsenal attack. This squad, it didn't have Saka, so that's why we've gone for Havertz. Now, if you got Saka, you probably don't have to go and double up on Havertz as well, to be honest. You can go and get someone else. Maybe you could try and go for a Watkins. Potentially, but I don't know. That might you won't have enough money if you go Saka, Trent, and try and get Watkins as well, because Watkins is more expensive. So yeah, I've gone for Havertz in this one because of the fact that we don't have an Arsenal attack. And then in my third striker spot, I've gone for Joao Pedro from Brighton. Brighton are about to get into a really good fixture run from game week 4 onwards, where they have Ipswich, Forest, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, Wolves. From an attacking point of view, all of those fixtures look pretty good, to be honest, even though there are some in red here. But I think from an attacking point of view, those fixtures are pretty good. So yeah, that's the squad that I've gone for a wild card. Like I said, you could go for different options. I think if you didn't want to go for Joao Pedro, you could go for Danny Welbeck as well, the other Brighton striker. I don't think there are any other better 5.5s, to be honest. I think these guys are way above the others, like the Armstrongs, the Jamie Vardy's. These two are significantly better because Brighton are a better team. So those are my 5.5 options. You could go for Muniz if you wanted to, but I think the saving on Joao Pedro is worth it over a Muniz. If you're going Muniz, maybe Havertz to a Muniz, and then you upgrade the Minte spot to Saka. That is possible, but then that's 2 5.5 forwards, and in that specific situation, I think your flexibility might not be there as much. Let's say you wanted to go and get like a more expensive second strike option. It's a bit more harder because you spent the money on midfield. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this video. If you reached up to this point, thank you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And that's one of my Game Week 3 wildcard suggestions. If you're playing your wildcard, put it in the comments so that it helps others as well. Let me know in the comments what your wildcard is looking like right now. Or are you looking to play the wildcard? If you're not, also maybe this video might help you to see what potential wildcard managers could look like in terms of having a squad and seeing which players that you are missing if you're not playing a wildcard. But yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all later.